Hi Leo, welcome to this Tower Love reading. My name's Sophia. So Leo, what I was getting was heeding the call. So what I feel this connected with both of you, and that means that you're both getting into your intuition. The difference is between you and your person is your person doesn't see it as intuition. Generally the masculines don't, unless they're very spiritual, which is quite rare because normally you're known as the spiritual one. But, and I say that because you're not really, but anyway. So I feel, yeah, you're both getting, I don't know, you're actually doing things, you're following, it's like, no more of this isn't work, I'm following me now, which is your intuition kind of thing. Where your person might be taking time out from a situation, thinking about it, think they're logicating, but as they're being still, when you're still, stillness is, an art form, meditation, let's just say, you align with heart, and the heart has this mind and it is intelligent. So they're thinking it's logic, but it's heart. And heart and intellect, the heart is all our chemical elements, which is about intuition anyway. So both situations, it's not understanding, you're not knowing it's intuition, but you're like, this ain't working, I'm going to try something else. And your person is the same, but pull back and thought, let me think about this situation, and went into the heart space. So different ways of going into intuition, let's just say. So let's see where's this leading with your relationship and stuff like that. To happiness. What a fucking amazing card. So if you're new, hello, and if you're not, join the Facebook group. If you're listening to me, you're an empath, you're sensitive, you can read people, you tap into people, what they're feeling. They can say, you can go, hi, how are you? And they go, yeah, I'm really good, thanks. And you can feel they're chatting shit, there's something wrong. That's the very least of your gifts. Your celestial, alien, galactic being here to do something humanitarian, right? You're here to change planet Earth, literally with humanitarians, humans, or, you might be more Mother Earth, something like that, animals, whatever, right? In the Facebook group, there's well, them two go together. There's a collection of us who do that. We are humanitarians, visionaries. We use our gifts and abilities, come on now, right? And we collaborate. So if you want to join us or see what it's about with us all doing it. So I post in there additional readings if you like my reading, or see their readings. We answer questions. You get free programs. You can ask, advice. So check out the Facebook, the links below. So let's jump in. Leo, let's see what's happening. 9 of Cups, oh, devil. Wheel of Fortune, 5 of Swords, good and bad, right? Interesting. So then I'll jump into these. So the 9 of Cups is about your happiness, but that's probably why there was, this is about you focusing on you. So the initial energy of the divine doing something that you might not see it's divine, but it's turning the wheel in your favor for you to be selfish. 5 of Swords is known as selfish. There's nothing wrong with being selfish, right? Loving yourself and going for your wishes and desires, right? I leave my phone on because I work 12 hours a day. If I take it off, I'll never get anything, so I apologize. So, so this is about coming away from toxic patterns, habits, people that you feel tied to go towards your happiness. That's what I feel this reading is about. Divine is turning the wheel for you to get into your masculine, to say, listen, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to go out every Friday night with the girls. Thank you very much. Don't even want to go out with the girls. I don't really get anything from it. I don't really like drinking. It's just boring. I thought I need something to do. Trust me. Once you're doing your true self-work, there's always stuff to do. Always stuff to do. The very least, say you join us. Say you get into tarot. There's 12 there's 12 star signs. Then there's elements you can do. Then there's DMDF, soulmates, light workers, right? And that's just one element of tarot, let alone making tarot cards like myself. Then there's counseling, image reading. I do image reading. There's tarot reading. Do you see what I mean? You do stuff toxic, which is stopping you from going from your happiness. So you're attracting a toxic person, which you might say is tied to someone's toxic, does drugs, toxic behaviors and stuff. But you are the devil you're tied to, and you're confusing it with, I'm a loving, kind, happy person. Why am I getting someone like this? This world is as within, so without. It's very important you understand that. And that's where most spiritual twin flame light workers advisors fell. They teach you outside in, although contradict and say inside out. This is about you understanding that inside you are copying toxic habits of, I go around my mum's every Monday because, you know, bless her cotton socks, she needs me. You shouldn't need, that's reliable, right? She's reliant on you, an addictive pattern, for example, right, to go and make someone else happy. You are supposed to make yourself happy. 10 of Cups. 9 of Cups here. One more cup is the Ace of Cups. You fulfill yourself first, then it overflows to others. So you're around people, well, let's all group together and go out, right? Because you have no life, because you're not fulfilling yourself. Buddha sat cross-legged on the mountain, let's just say. Who was around him? Did you see him in a pub? Did you see him going out getting lashed up? Did you see him with, my best friend, you know, Mr. Buddha too, on the cross-legged on the mountain? Didn't they sit there in silence in the mosques and all these things? That's what this is. You think you're happy and loving, that doesn't cut it. It's still a toxic pattern. It's a pretense, it's a facade, it's a fake, it's a mask. This is divine to tell you to go into your inner child. This is why you're attracting dark. The angels, like I said, I feel there's some kind of something that's which was angelic that is awakening you to follow your bliss, right? But it's to do with inner child. Here's this, like this, whatever, right? This is what the inner child. 7 years old, something happened you have got to deal with, period. What happened at 7? I feel it could be you are incarnated elemental. Go check that out. And you wasn't seen for your true gifts and abilities. You were rejected. You was a gifted child. You're watching me. And they treated you as a soulmate. Right? You need my ebook. 3 of Wands, Justice, 8 of Swords. So the 3 of Wands is, yeah, I'm a happy, nice person. So all I've got to do is be nice and kind, and I'll wait for my ships to come in. The planet doesn't give a fuck. I've got to tell you this, because this has got to be for someone new, right? If a baby was crawling, right, and look, and it got to the edge of a cliff, and it went over the cliff, right, a baby is innocent and ignorant and knows nothing. But if the baby went over the cliff, do you think the gods and everyone from upstairs were, oh, this baby is loving, let's stop for this moment the law of gravity? No, the baby will die if it falls over the cliff, right? That's your perception. I'm being happy, it will, all I've got to do is wait. 3 of Wands, my ships will come in. No, you're not. All you're doing is getting pissed off and pretending you're happy, but getting pissed off internally about your person because they're not moving forward. Like attracts like. It just is. This is the Justice card. It just is, right? So you have toxic patterns from abuse, maybe from a child, neglect, abandonment, sexual abuse, or some kind of, it could be some of you were seen as a light, the opposite, and were forced to be happy, 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 playful, joyful. So that's why you're happy, happy, happy. You couldn't, like, why was you like that? You could have had a family that you felt your mum was depressed. So you was always being happy, happy for her to make her happy, right? And that's this happy fake facade. It's a toxic pattern, right? That this reading is. And that's why you're attracting toxic. You don't get it. Why? I'm so happy because you were toxic to be brought up in this happy, happy, right? To make others happy as a child from 7 years old. You could have felt that. Eight of Swords is one way thinking. Now, I just keep doing it this way, being a happy, loving person. Like I said, the baby example, laws of the planet don't care. If you have negative within, you get negative without. It didn't say put on a fake that you're happy. Say you're happy. Be loving. It doesn't say that. It says within as without, right? And as within, you were neglected as a child. Someone was selfish and didn't see you. And the angels are telling you, now love yourself. You go for your own happiness. Then with Jupiter, this is divine. Look, Wheel of Fortune twice. This is about loving yourself, and divinely your spouse, Jupiter here, right? Jupiter, Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter is spouse. Your person, your marriage will come in, right? The person for you. If not, you'll just be loving, thinking you're loving yourself and happy, but getting toxic patterns. If you want to know more about this and more about yourself as a light worker, Starseed, Palladian, even if you're a soulmate, you're not. You're an empath. You feel different to others. That means alien. You feel different. What is different? Alien. Alien is a celestial being, and celestial beings, light workers, starseeds, are here to change planet Earth. I don't care what you do, you feel you have a calling to do something different than what you're doing, right? And it feels like you could be a volunteer, you could be a care home, you could be a nurse, and you still feel it's not enough, right? Join us. You can join us literally in mission, or check out the Facebook group. If you want this to change, you need counselling. You need counselling on this 7 year, or what happened at 7. And before you say that was years ago, you've heard of the saying, we live in the now, right? So if you was abused, sexually abused, abandoned, neglected, rejected, or something that's happened, what I said in this reading, we live now. That's happening now. You have to transmute that negativity for it then to be light, so it doesn't keep repeating itself. There's a repeat pattern here. Cycles. Wheel of Fortune twice. Cycles. So you keep constantly attracting negative people, right? Relationships, let's just say. And you don't understand it because you're really happy and polite. Please check out this collective reading wherever it is. Or like I said, go to the website, join the Facebook, link below, or just book me. You need counselling on how to change this. Keep doing the same old, keep getting the same old shit, right? Massive changes needed here. Speak to you later.